This is our first family movie review.
Yay!
We're family review because we think that lots of movies for families get reviewed by critics and they don't really think about what families like.
And sometimes we get really annoyed with the critics, don't we, kids?
Yes, we do.
This week, it's the release of Black Panther, Marvel's latest superhero caper. And Black Panther first came out in 1966. He was a character in the Fantastic Four. And they tried to change his name to Black Leopard because they were worried about the political connotations with the Black Panthers.
Oh.
But it didn't stick. So they went back to Black Panther. So he kind of has a sort of slightly political origin, which is kind of cool. Look who's here.
Black Panther himself.
Hey! I'm just taking him out of my room and he's like, come on, give me your best.
So let's go. What do we think?
Right, okay, my first initial honest assessment of Black Panther, and I'm a massive Marvel aficionado, I love the Marvel universe. I thought it was a bit of a disappointment. Look at the look of shock.
No way.
I felt they had all the right ingredients. They had a fabulous cast, it was a fabulous universe and world, and Wakanda, it was beautifully done. And I just thought that it lacked the inherent humour, wit, silliness at times. I thought it could be a bit more fun.
I think it was one of the best Marvel films I've seen recently.
Oh.
I do, they could have been maybe a little more humour, but because the last Marvel film we had was Thor Ragnarok that was just laughter throughout, I thought this was more like a sentimental film. So I think the laughs that it did have in it were really funny.
For me, I agree with a lot of what Mark Daddy said. It was a sort of film of two halves for me. The first half an hour, I was bored, completely bored. It was a muddled storytelling. I didn't care about any of the characters. I wasn't engaged in it, and I did actually look at my watch. But after half an hour, it started to build for me, and I started to care about the characters, and I am so thrilled with the incredibly powerful female characters in it. Like, I will be saying to my girls, summon up the general played by the fantastic Danai Gurira, who I don't know, but you know from
Michonne in The Walking
Dead. She is utterly brilliant. Angela Bassett, brilliant. Lupita Nyong'o playing Nakra. Letitia Wright playing Black Panther's little sister. All incredible
She
women.
was fabulous, actually.
They were brilliant, and she was the one that brought a bit of wit into it for us. I really wanted a few more smiles. Like you say, you could just tweak it if there was just a little bit of a turnaround, a little bit more humour.
You came out, the first thing you said to me was, that's one of my favourite Marvel films.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you, Kiki?
Yeah, it is.
Why?
My favourite character is the General as well.
Really?
I really liked it. Yeah, it's my favourite Marvel film, I think. But when it started, like the first 5 minutes, I was thinking, oh, it's not going to be very good.
Really?
I didn't really understand what was going on.
It was quite disjointed at the beginning. I mean, I'm a big fan of starting a story in the middle of another adventure. It's quite a Spielbergian thing, isn't it? That you start with at the end of one drama. But I was so confused.
I was.
I really was.
What do you mean by the story?
Just what the storyline was.
I thought I was going to be confused by it, but I wasn't actually that confused.
So, have you got a favourite character?
I think it would have to be the General.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was, although all the female characters were strong, I think she was the strongest. And because I love her in Walking Dead as well. Marvel were quite good for their strong female characters because Black Widow and the Avengers film, which is really strong as well. Yeah. But I thought, this was like another level strong female characters. And their costumes weren't that sexualised either.
That's a really good point, actually. I can't think of anything revealed.
No.
They were just really powerful women with the right things on for the job they had in hand.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Whereas Black Widow's slightly sexualised.
Yeah.
She's got that zip that's like...
Yes.
So is that quite important for you, Maddie? Would you really notice those things?
Yeah, me and my friends talk about it a lot because it's the same with comic books. We like comic books, but the women's costumes are always so sexualised.
And what did you think of Black Panther?
I really like Black Panther.
But I think all my favourite characters are the girls. I like how they're really strong and not annoying.
So what, they didn't do the bit where they go, oh, help me, what can I do?
Yeah.
They always knew exactly what to do, didn't they?
I really liked the younger sister. I thought she was a really clever twist on the character in the James Bond films. You know, is it Q or
Yeah.
M? The one who
Yeah.
has the kind of all the tech. And I love the fact that they made it her and that she was so sort of...
she was cheeky,
She
she
was
was
cheeky,
feminist,
yeah,
she was
yeah.
in your face,
Yeah.
she was...
It was almost like the women were saving the men throughout the whole thing.
Yes. And they were so smart. The women were so smart.
I like the Black Panther, but I think he could have been a bit more funny.
Oh,
I'm with you.
right.
Like,
You needed to be a bit funnier, Black Panther.
but I did love his character.
I tell you
See,
what,
I don't know. I feel if all of the main characters in the Marvel films were funny, then people would be complaining about there not being any sentimental.
I don't think
I think he's the darkest, because DC have the dark characters like Batman. They all have really horrible backstories, and then the Marvel characters all seem to be a little bit more cheery. And I think Black Panther was more of a darker character, like a more...
Well, serious and thoughtful. He
Serious.
had a lot on his shoulders, didn't he?
Yeah.
I found it really sad.
Did
Yeah.
you?
I was crying at the end.
Oh, you darling.
Yeah, well, I can't say. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Oh, you cried at the
Crying,
end.
so that's big.
I also forgot to say that my favourite character was the villain in it, which was Eric Killmonger.
Yeah,
played
he
by
was
That was good.
Michael B. Jordan, but I've had a crush on him for like ages.
Where have you seen him before?
The recent remake of Fantastic Four. He played the Fire. He played the Human Torch in it.
Oh, right. I have to confess, I had a bit of a man crush on him, especially with his beaded bits on his body.
Yeah,
That was really
those
dark.
were
You're
burnt-
starting to sound weird now.
No, but that was
No,
really
those,
dark.
Those were the scars that he burnt.
I know.
Yeah.
So they're
Daddy's
like,
saying you got a man crush from them.
I
That's
didn't get a man
weird.
crush from
From
them.
them.
I had a man crush on him.
And then he liked the...
I liked, what was the one with the fake hand?
Andy Serkis.
Oh, what a performance from Andy Serkis. He was so
He was
evil.
so utterly horrible.
No, but he's funny in all of the films that
He
he's
is.
in.
Both you and I, we were whispering to each other, weren't
Yeah.
we, in the cinema, that he was really, he brought the film up at the point that we were bored at the beginning. He came in and
Andy
then it was
Serkis
just
is
like,
he's a really great asset, I think, to the film.
Yeah.
And without giving anything away, I think you could do with a lot more Andy Serkis in it. Because my problem actually in the end with Michael B. Jordan, the main villain, was that there's a lot, I kind of almost, without giving anything away again, I almost kind of understood his evil too much. I
Yeah.
kind of forgave him why he was such a bad boy, because such a bad thing
No,
has
but
happened to him.
I think that was meant to happen.
Yeah.
We were meant to see that he wasn't actually evil. He was just a distressed
Absolutely.
little boy.
I love the fight scenes.
I thought they were well done, weren't they?
fight scenes can just become exhausting. It's like somebody got carried away with them. And I didn't feel they got carried away. They stayed
they
in
were
the
the-
story.
They were the perfect length.
Yeah.
Perfect length,
Yeah.
they weren't too noisy.
And also a lot of the other superhero films, we were saying, either end or begin with a big explosion in the sky or everybody being sucked into something, whereas this was more just physical combat.
Yeah.
I
go on,
love how it, like, when they're fighting, it goes quiet.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, when they were when the
Yeah.
two of the Panthers were both falling.
That was a
they were
really
just
good point,
I
actually.
don't remember that.
When
They like
they
go completely quiet.
Because often it's just a load of noise and a load of
Yeah.
shots, and you don't really. I mean,
You want to have your heart involved in the fight scenes. You want to be, you want to be cheering one and panicked about the other. And if it goes on for too long and it's too noisy and it's too violent, it's too horrific and it's too chaotic, you start losing the heart to it, and then it becomes boring.
But I also have to say my other man crush was in there. I've got quite a few man crushes.
You're right.
Daniel Kaluuya from Get Out, who played the other chick.
Cabby.
Yes, played the owner of.
The Blue Tribe.
Yeah, he had rhinos with armour.
Yeah, he was brilliant.
I mean, rhinos with armour is cool.
Do you know what? The more I talk about it, the more I love this movie.
I really think it was one of the best Marvel films I've ever seen.
I think if I'm going to see it again, and I think I'll feel differently about that first half hour.
I agree. My final summary on this is, I think all of the things you said are right. I just wanted a bit more humour.
And the guy with the fur on, he gave us some laughs.
Yeah, he did. He was funny. Well, he gave me the biggest laugh.
He was great.
And Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
I mean, horribly funny.
So, Kiki, I just want to ask you one thing. You're 10. What do you think? Because some of it was really violent.
I didn't really find it that violent.
You did nothing scared you?
No.
What I would say from a mum's point of view is this one has taken them to so much stuff that they are now brutalised. If you have a sensitive child, I would have a little think if they're under 12 because there are some quite violent scenes.
I feel Marvel, their fight scenes and their violence is more comic.
Yeah.
Like it's funnier than it is. Whereas DC is a lot darker, their fight scenes. This one was less. But like Thor
and there's
Ragnarok,
no blood.
It's not that violent.
So I think it comes to the family sum up. We all have to give it a mark out of 10. Kiki.
I really liked it. I'm not just. I think I'd do 10.
Wow. Okay, 10.
Probably a 9.
Whoa.
Wow.
0.5.
Whoa, 9.5.
And I think I would give it a 7.5.
I'd give it a 7. Black Panther. In all cinemas as of today. Is it the 16th of Feb? Yeah.
Yeah.
Go and see it.
Go and see
I
it.
would.
I'm going to see it again.
Yeah.